Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Hey family, how's everybody doing? I just wanted to come on for a little bit, maybe a quick little live. I've been looking at this case, and I can't remember who brought it to me. I think it was Zan. Woke to God brought it to me. And it's just a tragedy. I just felt compelled that this is something we probably want to follow, because we were just talking about, what happened to a guy at my job and how he overdosed on fentanyl. And if it knocks out a big 6'3", 4" guy, I mean, this baby had no chance. So I'm going to go over some of the details because we're not too far behind on it. And we will be discussing this case, but I was just getting familiar with it. And so shout out some of the things that you guys know about it in the chat, would you please? I'm going to read as we go. And in that way, we can all be on pretty much understanding what's going on. So there's this daycare. It's in the Bronx. And the Bronx is in New York. And I've been there, actually. I even been to the Bronx. And I mean, yeah, it's a place. It's a lot of it's overpacked. People live in these small apartments and they have to charge a lot. I mean, a one bedroom can cost you like $800-900. And I'm just talking about a one bedroom apartment. And people say, well, that's what I pay. Well, that might be what you pay, but I guarantee you that apartment that they're living in is probably bigger than a closet or something. So There's a woman down there, and I haven't caught her name yet, but she owns this daycare, and her husband was, they ran this daycare. The daycare was licensed and just got you know checked and everything just this September, this month. And so let me go off into some of the details. If you don't know, we are going to be discussing this case as we move on to the other cases that we follow. But it's in New York. A 1-year-old boy died and 3 other children was rushed to a local hospital after an incident at a Bronx daycare Friday. We're told that daycare workers put the children down for a nap Friday afternoon, and then some of them would not wake up. Investigators are still trying to figure out exactly what happened, but police sources tell us the first responders administered Narcan to the babies, and it worked for at least one of them. Oh my goodness gracious. So this daycare is Divino Nino Daycare. It became a crime scene Friday. A worker called EMS to the child care center on Morris Avenue just before 3 p.m., saying several babies were unresponsive. The door was open. The kids were just there laying down, witness told. Ramirez is the witness. Mel Ramirez. Ramirez lived in the building and came out when she heard the worker screaming for help. And she started saying that the kids were dying. And then I saw one of the kids laying down and he wasn't responding. And then the lady came out with the other child trying to make him respond, but he wasn't responding either. 4 children was rushed to the hospital, some in cardiac arrest. A 1-year-old boy died. 2 2-year-old boys and an 8-month-old girl are still being treated. It was very horrific. I wish I never saw it, Ramirez said. The FDNY, so that is the fire department of New York, tested for carbon monoxide and ruled it out. Sources tell us investigators tested the baby formula for fentanyl, but it came back negative. Brand new floors, state of art, beautiful place, nice people. Neighbor Ann Ivan said the daycare just opened this year. CBS and the investigators reported found it was inspected as recently as last week. And the Office of Children and Family Services found no violations at this time. Everything was spotless. Police are questioning an employee of the daycare. At least one baby is still in critical condition. The other 2 are stable. Sources tell the scene Friday was so devastating that first responders who were there are being offered counseling. Now, that was all that is said in that, but I can tell you some of the things that I have came into some of the information. Like I said, put it in the chat. This was a daycare / drug operation facility. This is where they literally made the drugs. Okay? They made the drugs. They also, I ran into some information. They said they found some of the drugs underneath the baby's mats where the baby slept. They found some of the drugs in the closet that on top of the play mats. They found they found drugs, they found guns, all in the basement. They found these pressers to pack the drugs and stuff right there in the basement. They also said that the amount of drugs that was there, yes, Zan, the amount of drugs was there was 500. They said the drugs that they found in this apartment can kill 500,000 people. Did you guys hear me? You know what 500,000 people is? Hey Rachel, how you doing? 500,000 people is 500,000 people. This is how much drugs was in this house. Now, let me get off into some details because I know you probably don't know. The woman that owns and runs this house, this daycare, before she called 911, she called her husband. He showed up at the daycare. And the last time they seen him, he took two big trash bags, running out the back door into the alley. Okay? Okay. So, not only that, you guys. So, they have arrested 5 people. They arrested a woman that owns the daycare. They arrested the cousin that lived there. These, like I said, these little apartment, they live. There was a little boy upstairs that lived in a I guess the daycare had an upstairs bedroom or something. I guess this might be her child. He was 10 years old. He was upstairs sleeping when all this took place. Now, they done already went to court, and the judge gave them no bond. And she didn't start crying until the judge said no bond. Now, her attorney said she didn't know nothing about it. He said she didn't know nothing about it. She didn't know what her husband was doing. She didn't already said it was her husband. You couldn't tell me all these drugs that was in this place. She didn't know nothing about it. I was going to put the baby's picture up there, but I just didn't. I just couldn't do it. Cute little boy. The father done spoke about it. He said, nobody's ever died in this family. I'm pretty sure somebody died in your family. Not all your relatives. If not, then you're doing very well as far as your grandmother, the great-grandmother, the great-great-great-great-grandmother, and all this other stuff. But he says they wasn't ready for this. Nobody's ready for anybody to die, to be honest with you. And I'm not, I mean, how in the world can you think that I take my kids to the daycare and come back and they dead? That's supposed to be in a safe place. Rachel said, how in the world she can be so irresponsible? Lies. Yes. This is going to be a terrible, terrible case. It's so terrible. If they're offering the paramedics and the EMS counseling, they were running trying to save them babies. And their babies, let me tell you something. I just dealt with a person like this, but it was a grown man. And there's nothing you can do. When I say there's nothing you can do but watch him die, well, the guy that I assisted, he didn't die. But, I mean, when they... Hey, hold on. Somebody's calling. Hey, this is SP. Hello? Hey. Oh, really? She got the call from who? The they... Oh wow. Wow. That's tragic. That's she must have knew something was going on. She must have knew.
Might have had an instinct or intuition.
Huh?
I said she might have had an instinct or intuition.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm thinking they're saying that the smells, like they're not really say have they said, have you heard if they ingested the fentanyl, or was it just the chemical exposures?
That's the thing I don't know because our news didn't say anything about how it was on them, in them, whatever. But they did say that the mats that the kids were sleeping on, it was residue of the fentanyl underneath the mat.
Right, because I think they said that they
You
felt
only gotta touch it for it to get into your system. You ain't even gotta put it in your system. All you gotta do is touch it with no gloves on, and it's in your system.
right, but they were keeping the phenols in the closet with the mats.
And that sounds, that was weird because she won't wait until she called her husband to come clear out the place. But then they still found drugs in there, so he missed the whole bunch.
Yeah, he missed a lot. But what made me say, let's talk about this because this is just disturbing. They asked her attorney if she didn't know he was selling fentanyl and it's all over the place. Why would she call him before she called 911? Number one. Then when she got down there to the police station, she deleted, I think they said 2,000 text messages to her husband. She was just in there deleting.
But they can get that back.
Yeah.
Delete it from your phone, but it ain't deleted from your carrier's database.
And they don't speak good English or no English, so they've got a translator. And so they asked the attorney, where is her husband? Why is he on the run? If she didn't, if they didn't know, and I guess they're trying to blame it on the cousin or somebody.
Yeah, that's what the initial thing was. Talk about it was the cousin stuff. But why would you be renting somebody a room or what have you in a daycare facility?
Right.
Now, from my understanding, there's like a rec, some type of rec room or something in that building that it was ran out of.
Right.
So she might have lived upstairs, but she used that rec space because it's supposed to be like a community daycare center.
And you know what? They said this was the top of the line daycare, spotless. It was just new this and new. Well, when I looked at it, I was like, oh, I don't know if I would have brought my kid to it because, I don't know. I'm more of, I will take my kids into a home setting, but not a daycare setting, a home setting with an older woman. I've always taught my kids that. When my daughter was looking for daycare for my grandson, I said, no, baby. Quit going to these younger women because they're running around. You don't know what man they done brought around and they're doing whatever. And I'm not saying the touching part, but just not knowing what that man, she's allowing that man to do in the home around your child.
Yeah.
She might go to the store. They're selling this. They're drinking that. They're touching this. They're doing stuff. So I taught my daughter, and she was like, Mom, I can't never. There's always something, they took my money. She's saying, give me this, give me that. I said, go to an older woman in a house setting, where she's just trying to make a little money, ends meet. She has time for your child, but don't put the responsibility on her. Like, make sure that if she's telling you to do something, pay attention to what she's telling you, because this is your child. And I seen this interview where this one lady, she said, these are your children when we drop them off. And I thought, no, no, you okay. I know we be like, that's my baby, this my baby. No, that's your child. That's gonna always be your child. You can care for the child and you love the child, but that's not your child. That is a job. And we get it twisted trying to say that, this is my baby, this is this, and there's a reason why when they teach you, when you go into trying to do this profession for a living, especially nursing too, they say do not get connected to these babies because they're not yours. You can't treat them the way you treat yours. Oh, I'll just sell drugs, I'll just make drugs while they sleep. That's what you would probably do with yours. So no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some people, that's what, I'm just saying, some people think like that. They don't have a problem with what, I got a cousin. I really do. I got a cousin. And she and I tried to tell y'all about it. She would smoke weed in front of her kids. And I said, you don't want to do that. And she was like, these are my kids. And so when she asked to babysit my kids, I say, no. I'd be like, girl, I'm good. You know, she's a good mom, don't get me wrong. She cook, bake cookies, and make sure they take the bath and brush their teeth and comb their hair and put the clothes on and make them take a nap. But whenever she wanted to light up, she didn't care if they was walking around or whatever. She would do it. And and I'd be like, my kids understand, they know what you do. They know the smell. They know, don't do that. And so yeah, you can't treat them like they're your own. You got to treat them better. Like these are somebody else's kids that entrusted you with their child's life.
Yeah.
Can you wait till they go home to do stuff like that?
Some people act like they can't.
Well, I know they can't really. Think about it. Fentanyl is becoming the number one drug. Did you know that?
And another thing, they're not using medical grade fentanyl. They're using like vet grade fentanyl that they use on like animals, horses, and elephants and all of that.
Yeah, they're
using car fentanyl, not the regular fentanyl. They're using car fentanyl and them street drugs.
Yeah, they're cutting that drug. They're putting it in they're putting it in cocaine. They're putting it in heroin. They're putting it on marijuana. And people now is like, oh, that marijuana was good. Now, why couldn't I get some more of that? Well, you didn't know it was cut or had just a little bit, just a crumb. Just a crumb.
Yeah.
To change that whole marijuana into a high you never had before. And so you're looking for that and you want that, and you keep going to those same people. Sooner or later, you're going to get maybe a little bit more than a crumb. Because you know what happened. Sometimes you breaking things up and chopping things up in the powder, and you just scoop it right on with it, and you be like, oh, they just gonna get a better high or whatever. I'm telling you, they said that this stuff is so deadly and potent, you don't even want to be in the same room with it.
They say all it takes is like the size of a single grain of salt.
Yes, they showed a penny, and then they showed the package, just a corner of the package. It wasn't no bigger than, okay, the penny, how the size of a penny, the little emblem that's on the penny, like the C note, it might say CB right over there where it says 1920 something. It was no bigger than that. And they said, this right here will kill you.
Yeah.
It will kill you. And I don't think they're playing about that.
Yeah, that's fentanyl, real dangerous.
Exactly. You live you live right up next to New York. You live in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Man.
And not only they got a new brand out, and they call it the Trank or
A new drug.
That's eating you alive.
What is it?
It's called Trink or something like that.
Wow, what do it look like?
I don't know what it looks like. I just heard about it on our news up here.
Okay, so is it something you smoke, or is it something you inject, or is...
Yeah, something that people shoot up, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And they say that stuff literally eats you alive from the inside and out.
Wow. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So y'all gotta be on the lookout for that too.
Yep. They, here they said when the EMS and the responders came, they came around about 3 p.m. They said the door was open and the kids were just laying down on the mats. Some of them couldn't even be woken up.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That's crazy.
But they got her and the cousin, and they looking for that husband. He went on the run.
I think maybe some of them is not even, and I'm just,
They may not even be there legally.
yeah. I thought that because I had some people that hit me, and I mean totaled my car, and they gave name IDs and stuff. It never showed up, never paid nothing. I was just out of a car, and the sad thing about it, they was not even here legally, and I was just out of a car, and there was nothing I could do about it. And they, and I'm not saying that all people that come from Mexico or wherever or like that, but I'm just saying, these countries that they come from, this is the type of people that come for the United States because the money is here, and this is nothing compared to what they used to.
Yeah.
They live like this all the time in their country, and it's respected. But, and I don't think the dad and the mama knew about this place. But, and I'm just saying this because I don't think they knew. I don't know. I just don't. But normally, I think this was a screen place so that people, people coming and going, they wouldn't expect anything. But sometimes I'm just telling you, because if you go back from the old school, how people used to do things, kids was around when they had little trap houses and doing their little mess. I know, because I've got too many family members. I know, and and they didn't care. They probably put the kids in the back room and they did the dealings and stuff. And I'm not saying we all make terrible mistakes and bad decisions when we're children, but most of the people that would come around, they knew what you did on the side. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? They probably, when they get paid, or they supported you, but that's so hard to hide if that's what you did. I'm just being honest with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's just absolutely crazy.
Right.
That to be in the daycare center.
Yeah, a daycare center. What that's the best place, because like I said, people's coming in, they bringing bags in, they bringing babies in. You're not going to be, police is not going to be looking saying, hey, why is all these people keep walking up to the daycare center? They bring bags in, they bring bags out. The kids is laughing and smiling and running to the car. And you're not going to be thinking nothing. You're not going to be thinking nothing at all.
Yeah. Well, especially when the place was just inspected and passed with flying colors. the week before.
Right.
And that was a pop-up inspection. They didn't even know the people was coming.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, I did hear that it was something they inhaled. So they must have been cooking. Cause why would the owner call her?
Fentanyl don't need to be cooked as a powder.
Okay.
They press it into like pill form.
Okay, so but it's in the air some kind of way.
It can create a dust.
It created a dust. So because these babies laid down to take a nap, and then they wasn't waking up.
Yeah.
So they were probably downstairs in the basement, crunching and packing, crunching and packing, crunch. You saw, so it's like a crystal. It's a solid.
Yeah, it's like a powder, like powder cocaine or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It's similar to that form.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so it's
People actually add chemicals to it in order to get it to press and hold pill form.
okay.
Or they just like roll weed in it.
Oh, so they just sprinkle a little bit on the weed.
It's a lot of ways that they do that stuff.
Wow.
But I haven't heard of it. I guess you could put it in the drink and stuff too.
Yeah, I believe you can. I mean, especially if it's a powder, and call it a some kind of cocktail. I guarantee you, if they did, that's what they would call it too. They call it some kind of I don't know, some kind of cocktail or something.
Yeah. Man, I'm telling you. I guess that's why, my dad didn't want my mom to work until we were in school full time.
Yeah.
And my mom didn't take us to nobody else for them to babysit or for us to have sleepovers or nothing. I could count on both my hands throughout my whole childhood the amount of times somebody babysat. That was my grandmother that babysat or my aunt.
Yeah.
That wasn't somebody else.
Exactly. That's why, some people be like, I paid my mother to watch my children. I paid her. Just like a full daycare, I paid my mother to watch my kids. And some people say that's crazy, but I didn't want her to get it twisted. No. I know you love your grandkids, but
Tell you one thing, my grandmother wasn't watching us unless my mom was going on a job interview or sick in the hospital.
exactly.
You had them children, you take care of them.
But this woman, she was working and her husband was working, and she was just drop your kids off that morning, and you come back and you're like, hey, I'm finna go pick up the baby early. Cute little boy. I mean, cute.
He was so adorable. Oh my goodness. He was gorgeous, handsome, whatever you want to call it. He was beautiful.
Yeah. And then you get there and he's unresponsive, and they working on him. That's crazy.
Here you are thinking you finna go pick your baby up to go do whatever, and you get the daggone call. I think they said she was like a couple blocks away when she got that call.
Right.
Again, that's and then the way the father was on the news, just crying and stuff. Oh my God, that broke my heart.
Right. I'm reading this headline from the New York Post. It says the cause of death in severe illness has not yet been identified, though a potential line of inquiries is that the children ingested fentanyl.
Well, you know how kids that young always touching stuff and then putting their hands in their mouth. So that's probably how they got it in their system.
Yeah, they probably found a bag and thought it was sugar or something, and everybody tasted it or whatever. Or even just like you said, even if you touch it, that's too much.
It was on the mats that they were sleeping on, so they probably could have been breathing it in too.
While they slept. Yeah, while they slept. They had contamination tents outside the daycare. I mean, that stuff is potent.
But one thing I haven't caught on my news is the inside of the place. They show the outside of the building all the time, but I didn't catch them showing the inside on because I watch CBS News in New York. I haven't seen them show the inside.
Right.
But maybe other places, maybe other news stations or whatever show that. But I watch Channel 2 News, CBS.
Right. Well, CBS was there, ABC was there, everybody was there. This daycare catered to children between the ages of 6 weeks and 12 years old.
Yeah.
But it was in the basement too. See, I mean, I'm just saying little things.
When the way that building was, I thought it probably would have been on that level that you enter into the building because you got to go up some steps to get into the main door. I thought it was on that level with the basement. Wow.
Yeah, it says the daycare operates out of the basement of the building the woman lives in, the neighbor told the outlet. Yeah, oh my goodness. Oh, they're showing a picture of the mom with the baby. Oh my God.
That little boy was so cute. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
He had that nice olive skin tone. Oh, he was a gorgeous little baby.
It says a daycare center operator and her tenants were charged with murder in the death of a 1-year-old boy who just started at the center and was exposed to fentanyl there. The police and his family said Greer Mendez, 36, who ran Divino Nino from an apartment in the Bronx, a 41-year-old man who lived in the apartment, were both arrested Saturday evening on account of murder, showing deprived indifferences in the death of the toddler Nicholas Dominica. Miss Mendez was arraigned Sunday night. Huh? Arraigned Sunday night in the Bronx court on charges that also include 4 counts of endangering the welfare of a child, criminal possessions of drugs, and 12 counts of assault. She was ordered held without bail. She had been renting a room to Mr. Ace Vito. Hold on.
And that must be the husband's cousin.
Mr. Ace Vito. Okay, so his last name is Brento. Because I
that guy is supposed to be the husband's cousin.
Yeah. So she was renting to him for $200 a week. Her lawyer said Mr. Ace Vito, whatever, had not been arraigned as of yet. But Carl, the assistant district attorney, said a kilo of fentanyl was found in a hallway closet. And Ace Vito's room, he said, had participated in a reckless deprived act. Miss Mendez's lawyer said that there was no indication she knew anything about the drugs. Her only crime is renting a room.
Yeah, because they're trying to pin all that on the cousin. But my whole thing is, if you didn't know anything about the operation, how did you have the frame of mind to not call 911, call your husband, wait on him to come take some stuff up out of there if you didn't know what was going on?
Right.
That's BS.
And then she's going to sit there and say, I didn't see anything that looked it out of the ordinary. Woman, I hate people want to stand on a lie and then want to discuss their lie.
Yeah, she didn't see nothing out of the ordinary because she knew what was going on.
Yeah, she knew.
That would be the ordinary for her. You know what I mean?
They said she appeared to be a responsible woman who played soothing music to get the children to nap. And then she said, listen, she said this, God gave him to me and now he's gone. Oh, this is the mother. This must be the mother. Hold on. Mendez, she said Mendez appeared to be a responsible woman who plays through the music to get the children to nap. She said, God gave him to me and now he's gone, said Miss Dominique. Okay, that's the baby's mother. A 34-year-old caregiver for older people who has 4 other children, older children. I have to thank God for the time we had with him. Hold on. That's one of the workers? This is one, I think this is one of the workers. She's okay, this is what she said. God gave him to me and now he's gone, said Miss Dominica. No, a 34-year-old caregiver for older people who has 4 older children. I have to thank God for the time we had with him. Who is Dominica? Is she a worker?
What's the mother's name?
I thought it was Dominica. I thought it was. But this woman wasn't married. She says a 34-year. She says she's a 30. Okay, it says a 30. She says, I have to thank God for the time we had with him. We're going to have to find out because that's kind of weird if that's the mother talking already. You know what I'm saying?
That might be the mother.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. They said, you think it's the mother?
God gave them to me. That would have to be the mother.
Oh, here she is right here. All 3 children show symptoms of opioid exposure, the police said. The mother's name is Zola Dominica, with her 1-year-old son, Nicholas Dominica. See what I'm saying? This is what I was just saying. Think about it. I just said that normally, even though you know that this is a drug ring and this is where they mix and make things, these people that brought their kids and supported this daycare, they know. Because why would a mother right now be talking like that? Now, okay, let me read to you what she said. God gave him to me and now he's gone. She's a 34-year-old caregiver for older people who has 4 older children. I have to thank God for the time we had with him.
Mother might be like a CNA or something.
But girl, there's no way in the world I could give you an interview and my child is just gone. It ain't even been 24 hours and she's saying, well, okay, I'm not finna beat the mama up. I'm just not, you guys. I'm just saying that's weird to me. She's either kin to them or she knew about it. I'm just saying. I could be wrong. What you think, Kay?
Some people want to get it out there to the news what happened.
Okay.
That's why the father was able to come on and speak. They want to get this out there.
So you don't think that this family knew that this was a place where they did drugs? Or I can't even. These are just words. These are black words, little letters that I'm reading. But when I read it, I feel like I said, like I can get a sense of understanding by just reading what a person said. I'm just saying. Do you understand what I'm saying? You ain't got to be in agreement with me. I'm just saying that's what I'm feeling. I'm like they cousins or they friends, but they knew. She says, let me read it again. She says, God gave him to me and now he's gone. I have to thank God for the time we had with him. Okay. Let me ask you one question and then we're going to get off of here. You got any kids, Kay?
No, but I have plenty of nieces and nephews, and I work with kids all every day.
Okay. Okay. You don't have no kids, but you work with them. You got nieces and nephews. Are you really close with your nieces and nephews?
Oh yeah, I actually was raising a couple of them for a minute.
Okay. I don't know when they did this interview. Matter of fact, they said Friday was when this happened. This is September the 17th. So Friday was the 5th.
What's the date on the article?
The 17th?
Well, we could have possibly did it like today, yesterday.
No, the article was wrote on the 17th of September. The thing that when it happened to the kids was Friday, the 15th.
Yeah.
And the mother is already saying, well, girl, I don't know. I'm telling you, hey, mm, mm, mm. Ooh, okay, that's too much for me. That's too much. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too hard.
I've seen people come on and make statements about their children that's been killed and, the same day or the same night or that it happened.
But I know, but I know, but the words that she's using, like, I know, get me, I know, and I know how people are responding and thinking about what I'm saying. Because if I know what somebody gonna say, people grieve different, SP. I know. Okay, y'all can have that. I'm so overwhelmed with people telling me how people grieve. Like okay, that's 101. That's nursing 101 when on the grieving process. I mean, we all know there's certain stages, but in the world, in the real world, and this is what I'm talking. I'm not talking about on paper. I'm talking about on the real world. If my child died on Friday, that's not a statement I could say on Sunday. I just couldn't. I couldn't even lift my head up, let alone say, I mean, I would still be in disbelief. I would still be praying that God deliver me out of this. I would still be like, no, I'm in a dream. I ain't even got words. So I'm not understanding how a person can say, well, God gave them to me. And, I'm not beating up the mama or nothing. I'm not, because some people say, well, they're more closer to God, so they understand it. And so, but I mean, normal, when I say normal, like people normally don't understand when it happens suddenly. Like if you knew that this person was going to die, you're ready for it, I can understand you saying that. But this is like one day you drop your kid off and then you come to pick him up and he's gone, he's dead, and then 2 days later you saying, God gave him to me and now he's gone and we're just happy that time. Okay. Wow. Okay, maybe I'm reading too much into it. Well, what do you think? Tell me what you think, and then I'll shut up.
I mean, it's not like that's not the first time, I heard a parent speak out, after a tragedy.
Okay.
Like that. So actually, I've seen parents the same day that it happened, or the very next day.
True. Yeah, I'm not saying it hasn't never happened. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's kind of a little bit weird to me. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I'm not understanding now. Girl, you know what? I'm just not even gonna bite my tongue. I'm just not believing. I'm just not. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I can. You know, sometimes you can see the forest, and
And maybe she's just running off of numbness. You know how when somebody passes away, you get that numb feeling? Maybe she just running off of numbness.
numbness. This is a whole baby.
I know. I mean, we can't. We're not in this woman's head, so we don't know. You know what's going through her mind.
They friends, kin, cousins. They friends, kins, cousins, sisters, or something. They kin some kind of way. I think the mother is feeling sorry for the I'm just okay. I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna keep those emotions and stuff to myself. You know, because if you study long and you study wrong, people be like, you were wrong. That's just my thought.
Who knows?
I just couldn't accept it. And I'm just saying this is about me. I mean, I couldn't accept it. I would still be in praying mode and asking God to deliver me out of this. And why, God? Why? He was only but 1 years old. I'm not understanding. These people had no right. I would be very angry. I would, I mean, and I would voice my anger. The, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the shock of the whole thing. I couldn't understand it in 2 days. I just couldn't. My child? No, no. I got tears in my eyes even just thinking about crap. You know? Mm, 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 mm.
Maybe she done, stripping. I don't know. I don't know.
You think this is just a random mother that she didn't know her and they didn't know that they dealt in this stuff and yeah. So what would you think if they were family and friends and they knew, because that probably ain't gonna never come out, but I guarantee.
If she knew the situation, then shame on her for allowing her child to be around it. Or if she was remotely related, shame on her. Or acquaintances or a friend of a friend. I don't know. I don't know if they really knew this woman or not.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
And
right.
if she went and checked out the daycare center and everything seemed to be up, I mean, you just know that's too many variables.
Yeah, yeah. But the
My
people that
first job ever was working in the daycare center.
you used to work in a daycare.
I worked in daycare, schools, everything. I've
Yeah,
been working with children all my life.
yeah. I had a daycare in my home, and I didn't keep it for a long time. I mean, there was a lot of things that you had to do. The fire department had to come, but it was easy, simple stuff. You didn't have to go to school long. I think it's a day class or maybe 3-day class or something. And then you got to make sure you have a fire hydrant. You got to have plans of if there's a fire, how to get out, and all this stuff. They didn't have the right ventilation. You got to have ventilation. You can't. And here's the one thing I really don't understand, but I guess they do it in certain states. Like in the state that I live in, you can't put kids in the basement under the age of 12. Did you know that? Yeah, I got a whole house, And 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 even though that I've got rooms
Even
down,
if you have a finished basement,
yep, finished basement, windows and all, you still cannot put a child in the state I live in the basement area.
oh wow.
Yep, they have to be upstairs. That's why when I was telling you guys that the 2 rooms that I have upstairs, my daughter had the master bedroom, my son had the junior room, and me and my husband, we went downstairs in the basement because that is against the law here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So different states have different laws, but yeah, I can't understand how they allow someone to put a daycare in the basement and then yeah. Mm,
I guess as long as it had more than one way to exit,
right.
I don't know.
Right.
New York is weird.
Yeah, people do it. People do it. It's crazy. Well, we're going to be following this case and finding out everything that goes on with it. So hopefully we'll see what happens. Mm.
Yeah.
I learn every day. I learn every day. And you know what? I'm gonna say this, and I was only gonna come on here for 10, 15 minutes because I just know this case, what happened to these kids, this shouldn't have happened.
It really shouldn't have.
It
It
just
really shouldn't have. No drugs, they have no business being in a daycare facility.
they could have did any other alternative, rent the apartment next door to it and cut a hole in the, in the rooms so the apartment that's adjacent to it, you can get in that way or whatever. But just no, these people were
I
about
really would like to see how this place is set up. But like I said, Channel 2 never showed it. Or if they did, I missed it.
right.
They show the outside of that building. Every time I turn around, they show the outside of the building.
Yeah, they haven't showed that. I think I seen a picture though. You can go on there and try to look. There's a picture of the closet and the mats. Right. Right. All righty.
Alright, I'm getting ready to Google to see if I see pictures of the inside.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in.
Alright, you're welcome. Yeah, they only show the outside. Yeah, I'm only seeing the outside.
Yeah.
See a playground. Wait a minute. Was one of the pictures? Oh, I see some kind of wooden box or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, they yeah.
A wooden box. It kind of looks like a pallet with a lid on it.
Right.
Well, what's this? This looks like a stand. Oh, that's that press.
And they had a whole bunch of presses. They didn't just have one. They had I seen 5 or 6 of them sitting up there. Her attorney says, I'm reading this. Her attorney says her only crime. This is the woman that owns the daycare. Her name is Miss Mendez, lawyer. It's a woman, but it was a guy I seen. But anyway, she said she knew nothing about the drugs. Her only crime is renting a room, he said during the arraignment.
What the heck is? I don't even know what I'm looking at.
They said Nicholas had appeared.
Yeah, baby gate. Okay.
Nicholas.
They're not really showing good pictures of the inside.
Oh, they will. They will in time. They're saying Nicholas, the child, had appeared to be adjusting well at the center, a small, cheerful place that was affordable and had a good reputation, said his mother, who toured it on her son's first day.
Yeah, they're mainly showing the outside. The only thing I seen from the inside was that pallet-looking thing with a lid, like a plywood lid.
Oh,
And they showing these presses and boxes. And then there's like a room that had a chair, a baby gate, that looked like cabinets or whatever.
right,
I don't know. But the angle that these pictures are taken is weird.
right, right. The mother says, I didn't see anything looked out of ordinary, she said in the interview.
Wait a minute. I see this other picture. I guess it's of the kitchen. This place was dirty and stuff all over the place. The room.
Okay, then. Okay. You're starting to see what I'm saying.
No. Heck no.
Oh, hold on now. Hold on. See, you can even, the sign looks really clean that we put up there. But if you've seen the real original sign, this is not a place that you go, oh, okay. This is one of the, like those stores on the corners that they're just ran down and things is falling apart and they dirty, they whatever. That's what the sign actually really looks like. And then when you're going in the house, when you're looking at the stuff, it doesn't look like a place when they're saying that this was A1.
Wasn't no rec room or whatever. This was a house inside the house. And it's a dirty house in there. Like, who let their kids go up in somebody's house?
What? Hold on. What are you talking about? This is the apartment.
Well, apartment, whatever, initially.
Okay.
It's not, I was under the impression that it was like a community room in this building.
No, it's the basement in an apartment complex. It's the basement, and in the basement is where they took care of the kids, but also where they made the drugs.
And it looks like they live there too. I see potato chips, Lucky Charms cereal, and the whole countertop is filled from the rug up to where you were seeing in front of it. The whole countertop is filled with just junk.
But the mother's, she's a pretty girl too. She said she didn't see nothing out of place. That's what she said. Hold on, let me go back and read it. She says, I didn't see anything that looked it out of the ordinary. She did that interview on Sunday. Just little beds and toys.
Oh, this little kitchen area looks horrific. I hope they wasn't preparing no kids' food or whatever in that. It looked like they had roaches, rats, everything up in here. What the world?
So Nicholas was pronounced dead on Saturday, and she did an interview Sunday. The other 3 children were in critical and stable condition. So after the autopsy on Saturday, the medical examiner officer said that further examination was needed to determine Nicholas' cause of death. Mm-hmm. Police suspicion.
Yeah, I see that closet. Well, it might not be the closet you talk about, but I see a closet with something white in it, and there's strollers in front of it, a box and all of that. This place was filthy and cluttered, looked like, and all of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, I wouldn't let my kids go there. My nieces and nephews neither. This kitchen is disgusting. Stuff all over the place, food on the floor. Refrigerator all dirty looking. Yeah. No, ain't no way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if you know what? The police might have took all that stuff out of the cabinet. Searching for stuff. I don't know. I would have to want to believe that the police took all this stuff out of these cabinets or whatever. Because I can't see, well, I know people do live like this, but I don't know. Because it looked like every last cabinet door in this wholeheartedly hope they throw the book at these people.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for calling in, letting us know what you know. I was kind of just reading all the things that the mother said. Um,
No
she's
problem. And everybody have a good night.
all righty.
All right.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to read a little bit what Miss Dominica learned. They said Miss Dominique learned what happened to her son when she arrived at the daycare at 3 p.m. on Friday to pick him up. She said on Sunday. She saw the police surrounding the building and Miss Mendez inside crying, she said. Then she got a call from the programmer of the building telling her that Nicholas was at the hospital. Nicholas was intelligent. When he saw I was sad, she said, "What's wrong, Mama? Mama, what's wrong?" He would look at you with those eyes, and he understood he was very special. Miss Dominique said her son had been a healthy child, never had the flu. He has a 7-year-old sister, 3 older brothers, 13-year-old, 2 twins, and an 8-year-old. He was a little prince of the house. They took such good care of him. Miss Dominique said that her daughter and 8-year-old son were with her when she arrived at the hospital and that they saw doctors surrounding her son trying to save him. They wept as it became clear that Nicholas would not survive. Miss Dominique said she had to call her husband, a groundskeeper at a golf course, to tell him what happened. The family is struggling with what comes next. Miss Dominique described looking at Nicholas' crib, new clothes he had not worn, and toys she had been waiting to give him. She said she wondered what she would do with them. He shouldn't have died like this. So that was 4 days ago. Um, I'm trying to see. They're saying more drugs found. Oh, okay. Hold on, family. Here's news, breaking news. This was breaking news. This is they updated on September. It says more drugs was found hidden under a trap door at the Bronx daycare center. So there was a trap door and there was more drugs found there. And they're saying that the child died last week after inhaling fentanyl. Okay. So let's see what else. Nicholas was poisoned by the deadly synthetic opioid alongside 3 other toddlers at the daycare, which was also a secret drug meal. Cops found a secret door in the kids' playroom Wednesday that led to a space with even more drugs. It's not clear why cops went back to the home. Sources said between 8 to 10 kilos of powder was recovered and that investigators was conducting tests to determine if the substance was fentanyl or other drugs. Authorities previously said they uncovered a kilo of fentanyl sitting on mats the children slept on. Okay. Authorities previously said they uncovered a kilo of fentanyl sitting on mats the children slept on, according to court papers. They also seized several kilo presses, which are usually used to combine the drug with cocaine or heroin. More drugs were found, more evidence is being recovered each and every day. So the Bronx district attorney said at an unrelated press conference on Thursday, adding that the investigator was ongoing and that her office was working side by side with the federal authorities that are chasing those drugs. My office is dealing with the homicide aspect of it. The homicide aspect of it, because that was a murder of a young baby and attempted murder of 3, as well as the drugs, she said. Oh my God. They got a picture of released photos of a trapdoor hidden drugs inside the daycare in the Bronx. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This, oh my God. The trap door was on the floor. You guys hear me? Police found a secret door in the kids' playroom that led to a space with even more drugs. Crime scene. The basement entrance and back of the building was closed Thursday morning with the crime scene unit van and a police cruise parked nearby and police tape blocking the door. 2 people. Okay, grand jury has indicted the pair. A package of fentanyl was found in the daycare building during a raid this past week. A package. A kilo press was taken from the center by police. DeVenture's husband, who cops have not publicly identified, is still on the IM. He needs to turn himself in because we are going to find him. Authorities said, hold on, you guys. Authorities are working diligently to track down the fugitive hub, who is suspected of being the main player in the convert drug dealing operation. Police sources have previously told the Post. So, the inside of the Bronx daycare center where the toddler died on September. Now, K, if you're still in the building, please call back in. Because I've got a full picture of this place. Hello. I tried to tell y'all so fast to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I don't know if you're supporting me or just, I don't know. I'm going to take this freaking picture. Kay. Did you see the picture of the inside of this daycare? It's worse than a crack house. It's just trash everywhere, stuff. How did this mother say that nothing was out of the ordinary? Girl, the police can't tear this house up. I mean, you can see the filth on the walls and everything. I mean, it just. Yeah, you can tell it's the floor, like they got tiles on top of the floor. Yeah. Yeah, and you can, but it looked like the floors looked really good. You know, like they probably mopped the floor or something. The floor looked really good, but this is terrible. This is ain't no way in the world.
Operate a daycare center with it looking like that.
Ain't no way in the world.
And if it was looking like that, and the people came in and expected, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. They need to lose their job.
I'm telling you. Yeah, they do. I guarantee you. Oh, okay. There's a little. I'm looking at the doorway, and it says "Welcome."
Yeah, that's the one with the baby gate in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place was closed. You see how dirty that refrigerator looks?
Yeah.
The outside of it?
Yeah. This is unbelievable.
And then when they showed that closet with the stroller in front of it, that thing was all jumbled up.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know if you seen that picture. That's horrible.
Yeah, the big news story right now was they had a bunch of high school band students on their way to Pennsylvania from Long Island, and the bus flipped over on the side of the road, killed one person, and a whole bunch is injured.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, he ran off the road and flipped that bus.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, those were the pictures I was looking at when we were on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, they horrible. This is crazy. All right.
Yep, and if anybody in the chat want to see what we're talking about, just Google Bronx daycare child death or something like that, and hit images, and all the pictures will come up.
Yeah. Yeah. All righty.
I'll talk with you soon.
All righty.
All right.
All right, you guys. So the person from the state says, I'm very sorry, but one of the things my child care inspectors are not trained to do is look for fentanyl. Daycare center in the northern Bronx is one of thousands such home-based daycare centers across New York. Drug overdose deaths by synthetic opioids like fentanyl make up about 2/3 of all drug overdose deaths. They said 150 die every minute in the United States of a fentanyl death, you guys. So, hold on. She said the hardest thing, this is the mother. She says, the hardest thing is for me to come home and open that door and not see Nicholas saying, Dad, Dad. On the plane of losing his youngest of 5 children. It is too hard. Look at what happened. Nicholas' mother, Dominique, added in Spanish. If I had known, I wouldn't have taken him. Okay. Yeah, that's the reason why I want to cover this. We'll see what happens. I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to get off of here, you guys. And I will see you guys later. All right. You guys be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? beautiful day.
And
My
we won't stop.
beginning will
We
be
will
as bright
not
as the
stop.
sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's
There's a kid
telling
in the
me
photo.
this
Kid,
time.
look at
Baby,
this.
baby, now
See
I
this?
know.
How you cannot go,
Baby,
kid?
baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah.